6-speed DSG automatic, and we're on some twisty roads outside of Road America Racetrack in Wisconsin. DSG is still amazing. It's just like such a perfect transmission. So I've got it in S, which is its sportiest mode, and I think that's the only setting we need. Let's see if I don't see any other special settings. So GLI is so obviously the coolest Jetta out there, and really brings all of the GTI's performance chops to a much bigger vehicle. I mean, this is much bigger than the Golf, and it really broadens its appeal. So I just got out of the Arteon, which is a special, coupe version of the Passat with a hatchback and frameless windows and 4Motion all-wheel drive, none of which are available on the US Passat. So very cool to have those available on the Arteon, but I really knew that I should get a GLI right afterwards because, I mean, with 4Motion and similar turbo power to this car, I'm just curious how the Arteon is going to compare to the GLI. And right off the bat, first off, the motor sounds so much more fun in here than it does in the Arteon, where it's really just sort of like executive professional turbo 4 in the Arteon, and in here obviously it's really spunky and it's got a lot of character and a boomy voice coming. And this 6-speed DSG really makes the day versus the 8-speed automatic in the Arteon, because it's just so much more responsive and instantaneous. I mean, the Arteon doesn't even have paddles, for example, whereas this car, is like born with paddle shifters. But the beauty of the DSG is that you don't really need them. I mean, the car is so good that the transmission is so good and so responsive that it makes them sort of unnecessary. But they're great. I mean, nothing downshifts like a DSG. These are amazing. It's like the most thrilling version of paddle shifting because everything is instantaneous. Much as all the other automakers say like their paddles are really quick reacting, they're not versus this DSG, which is literally instantaneous. I mean, it's already shifting before the noise of me hitting the shift button has even registered in my ear. So I mean, I love that about this GLI, and you will too. So these are some astounding speeds for these extremely twisty roads here around Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin. But the GLI makes it seem effortless. That's what this car was designed to do. Let's get the steering wheel a little lower. Driving position's pretty good. Seats very, very comfortable, but also have genuinely good lateral support. I'm really impressed with this car. It's just such a great drivetrain. It sells itself so well. Nice, there's somebody else I can follow back to the track. So what else about the GLI? So this new generation Jetta, I have to tell you, when it first came out, I didn't like the looks. I thought it felt taller. I thought it looked taller and sort of just like a blander version of the previous version, but with more sharper cut lines. I really just wasn't that wild about it. But seeing it in the flesh now in these GLI trims, there's so much intricacy and razor sharp detailing in the metal surfacing. Like this hood alone has a bunch of really just sharp vertical slashes running the whole length of it, and even the side view of the car. There's not just the belt line crease, that runs the full length of the car, but there's really interesting creasing that forms out and grows out from the window line in just a really sharp way. I mean, that you need like totally new presses and this next generation steel stamping techniques to make panels that have lines as sharp as this GLI. There's the new Z 50th anniversary edition, and it's a ridiculous paint job. And this new Jetta has them, so it obviously looks best in this GLI trim. think of another compact that's as rewarding to drive, or not compact, this is really a mid-sized car these days, but the Veloster N is like a lot more hilarious, you know, in how track, you know, focused it's intended to be, but that car would be a lot more unforgiving in day-to-day driving. You know, the beauty of the GLI is that this car can flip to just like a commuter special in no time at all, and has no problems, you know, just like being in traffic and being in bumpy roads and being extremely livable. Whereas, you know, even around these like exceptionally smooth roads, you know, the Veloster N has you bouncing everywhere. So very well balanced proposition, this GLI. Jetta sort of does everything well, and I encourage you not to judge the styling too harshly before you see it, because it really comes alive in person.